This story out of Pennsylvania is absolutely heartbreaking. This is 4-year-old Ronnie Lynn. Back in the summer, Ronnie was at home with his parents when he was playing on the floor. According to police, Ronnie reached under a bed near his paint set and pulled out a handgun. Ronnie's parents then heard a pop and found their son bleeding on the floor. He had shot himself in the head. The boy was rushed to the hospital, and thankfully, he survived. But just this week, a Pennsylvania district attorney has filed charges against Ronnie's parents. In the heavily armed United States, negligent gun owners place their families and communities at high risk. According to a 2021 report about school violence by the Secret Service, 63% of plots against schools studied featured unimpeded access to weapons, many of which were taken from home. Child access prevention and safe storage laws can require gun owners to act responsibly. And as noted by the Giffords Law Center, estimates have found that even modest gun safety storage measures could prevent a third of youth gun deaths due to suicide or unintentional injury. Pennsylvania does not have any secure storage or child access prevention laws on the books. One state with strong child gun safety laws is New Mexico. Earlier this year, they passed what's known as Benny's Law, under which a caretaker can be charged with a misdemeanor if a child gets a hold of a gun and uses it to commit a crime. In Ronnie's case back in Pennsylvania, his parents faced charges of endangering the welfare of children by a parent or guardian and recklessly endangering another person. Ronnie is still recovering, and while he's walking now, his grandfather says he struggles to use one of his arms.
Man, y'all look at this little boy. Parents being neglecting the responsibilities of not only a parent, but a gun owner. Neglecting the responsibilities of being a parent and a gun owner. So now you gotta think about it. The gun, and you know what I'm saying, hey, I want to shoot this kid in the head. Since they wasn't doing what they supposed to do, that's why this sad moment happened. Man, this could be your kid, this could be you. So with that being said, I hope that these parents really get the consequences that they deserve, because we were just talking about this in gun class. Anybody who have a firearm around a kid and the kid grabs it, I think you should get 2 to 5 years. Just because stuff like this happened. 2 to 5 years. You a gun owner, be the right gun owner.
This story out of New York City is nuts. It all went down in Queens when a bus driver flagged down some cops over an argument that was going down on board over a bus seat. Cops go to the front door of the bus. A guy gets off the bus and immediately runs away. Cops give chase as the guy darts up the street. Eventually, one of the officers, a rookie, catches up to the guy and a struggle goes down. In the middle of the rookie cop trying to apprehend the guy, the suspect pulls out a gun and shoots the officer. The guy then aims the gun at the other cop trailing behind before ultimately running away. The guy then ditched his mask, jacket, and sweatshirt and allegedly took off in a ride share, only to be caught by cops the very next day. This all went down back in April, but this footage was just released. This incident went down in broad daylight, and while it's not clear how the suspect obtained a gun, what is clear is that gun violence is a uniquely American problem. Experts have found that more guns lead to more gun deaths, and in the USA, the most recent data says our gun death rate is about 10 for every 100,000 people, far, far higher than other developed nations like Canada at about 2 per 100,000, 1 in Australia, and less than 1 in Germany and Spain. The officer who was shot was struck in the groin and recovered after a successful surgery. After his arrest, the 22-year-old suspect was charged with multiple crimes, including attempted murder in the first degree of a police officer.
$10 million worth of drugs were busted in San Diego last week. Customs and border officers found the massive stash inside a shipment of jalapeno paste. They say there was more than 3,000 pounds of meth and over 500 pounds of cocaine. A drug-sniffing dog actually alerted the officers to the hidden packages.